Okay, so today we are going to start with, as I told you, loop programming. Now, what is that? Say for example, as I have been doing, the entire teaching is through programs and examples. So, the program is write a program to add the first 10 numbers from 1 to 10, or not the first 10 numbers, to add all numbers. Let us write like this, to add all numbers from 1 to 10. So, a program to add all numbers from 1 to 10, what does it mean? What do I expect from the program? I expect that the program will be doing 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10. This is what I expect the program will be doing. That is 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10, 15, 21, 28, 36, 45, 55. As we all know, the sum of the first 10 numbers, it is 55. So, this is a program we need to write. Question is how to write that program. See, one way of writing it can be, before starting, let me comment out these two lines. This is the program statement. As you all know, it has been commented always. So, very sorry. So, what to do, how to write this program? If we start with that hash include, as has been told to you, stdio.h hash include conio.h followed by main, then how to write this program? The logics or the knowledge that we have till now, assuming that you don't have any previous experience with C and you are doing it for the first time over here, I can understand that with the knowledge we have now, we can only write the program like this, the way I have explained it to you over here. Is not it so? My job is to add the first 10 numbers. So, what does that mean? That means I can write the program like this, that sum is equal to, if I declare it earlier, I expect that sum will be declared somewhere over here. Sum is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10. Can be the logic, and my job will just be to print this sum, that is printf %d, where the %d will be replaced by sum. Is not so? As simple as this. So, can I write the program like this? Like, obviously the clear screen is needed, the get ch at the end is definitely needed, and don't you forget that the sum has not been declared, the variable sum. So, why not we declare this int sum to complete the program, and at the end if I run this program, then it is expected that it will print the sum. Definitely it will, there is no problem with that. Obviously I can run and check once, but definitely it will run. 55 is the answer. I just had to print all numbers from 1 to 10, as simple as that. So, can I write the program like this? Now, say for example, had this program not been write a program to add all numbers from 1 to 10, but had been 1 to 12, then also same thing, I could have just ended it like plus 11 plus 12. No other change could have been done. At most, the maximum change that you can do in this program is you just get rid of this sum variable totally and just directly write this 1 plus 2 in place of this sum over here. That could have been done. Anyway, but this looks a bit odd, like 1 to 12, maybe if it is 17, then I will have to write up to 17, like plus 13, plus 14, so on. Achha, what if it is 117? Then what will I do? I will keep on writing up to 117. Is it I mean, is it possible? Does it look possible at all? So, can I do something? Can I use a logic or a new logic of C programming, which is something called a while loop, looping? What does that mean? That means that if I use something called while and put some logic over here and a bracket over here, a bracket to end, then can I expect that because I have written something like while, it means while this thing is true, it enters this? Like if you remember, if you go back to the if part, then if instead of this while, had there been if, then the condition within the bracket, if it was false, then it did not enter the if block. If it was true, it entered the if block. Similarly, while instead of if this condition written over here is true, it will enter this while block, and if the condition is false, then it does not enter. However, this is not called block, this is called a loop. What is the difference? The difference between block and loop is that a block is entered only once, whereas the loop will be entered time and again in rotation. That is, it enters this block, completes this block, goes back to the start of while, again checks the condition, if it is true, again enters. I think I could explain to you. Let me write if once more to explain it more clearly. If it was if, then there is a condition over here. Now after this, this was a block that we wrote. What happened? If the condition given within if is true, then it will enter this if. If it is false, it avoids this block and goes over here. While, what is the difference? While, if the condition is true, then it enters this block. After entering this block, it does not go here. Instead, it goes back to the start of while. It goes back here and it checks the condition again. Again, if it is true, it enters the second time, and after the end, at the end, it will again go to the start. Again check the condition. If it is true, it will again enter. Again at the end, will again go over here. That is why it is called a loop. Loop means it will continue as long as the condition is true. As long as the condition is true, this loop will keep on moving. So, can I write something like this, that while I take a variable called I and initialize it, say for example I have been given the job to add all numbers from 1 to 117. As I told you, it is very difficult to keep on writing till 117. So why not I declare a variable called I and initialize it to 1. Say I declare a variable called I and I initialize the variable to 1 here only. I could have done it later also. This is a new thing also you are seeing. Initializing right at the time of declaration. You could have avoided it. You could have avoided I equal to 1 over here. Instead, you could have initialized I to 1 from here. That is also possible. The same thing, you can write declare I over here and you initialize this I to 1 over here. Now, why have I done this? I have done this because in this while block, what I need to do is, I need to write a statement like this: sum is equal to sum plus I. Really odd. If you have not gone through any programming language prior to this, then this line will really seem odd to it, out of mathematics, something like sum equal to sum plus I, and many might think sum cancels, I is 0, no, nothing like that. Remember, this is equal to is not really is equal to in case of C language. Instead, it is assignment. And what does assignment mean? Assignment means the right side is computed first, and whatever is the value of this computation, that is assigned to the left side. Remember, when we had written sum is equal to A plus B, what we did was we added A with B. Whatever was the sum of A and B, that was assigned to sum. Same thing over here. Same thing over here. Sum is initialized to something. I add I with it. Whatever is the value of I, it is added, and it gets added and it gets assigned to sum itself. That is, suppose prior to this, sum was initialized to 0. Maybe before I initialize sum to 0. So sum is initialized to 0. So when you enter this while, say this while condition is true, something will be written over here. Say this while condition is true. It goes over here. Whenever it sees an assignment operator like this, it knows that it will have to take the right hand side first. That is, it will have to compute the right hand side. Now in the right hand side, what is the value of sum variable right now? See, it had entered this while with the value of sum is equal to 0. So it enters over here, this sum is equal to 0, right side is computed first, so sum is equal to 0. So 0 plus, what is I? I was initialized to 1 over here, so I is equal to 1, sum is equal to 0, I is equal to 1. So what is happening as a result? 0 plus 1, that is 1, gets assigned to sum, sum becomes 1. I think you understand this. Why have I done this? See, my logic is this sum, you take this part of this program, commented out. Say this sum is equal to 0, initialize. I have initialized this sum to 0. So this sum is initialized to 0. Now I is equal to 1, I is this thing 1. So I have initialized sum to 0 and I to 1. So what I have done is, I have just started with that value of 0 to sum, added 1 to it. Next line what I will do is, I will write I equal to I plus 1. Check out what, I will be assigned the next value. I was already 1, I add 1 to it, so I becomes equal to 2. So I is 2. Now you remember, this while goes back to the initial thing, it goes back over here as I told you. So it goes back over here. So when it goes back, what is the value of sum? Sum was containing 1 and I has become 2. So sum, this 1 has already been assigned to sum and this I has become 2. So this sum 1, with it I2 is added. So this 1 plus 2 is now assigned to sum. You check out what? This 1 plus 2 has been added to sum, has been assigned to sum. So sum already contains this 1 plus 2. I is again incremented. What does I become? I become 3. You know which 3? This 3. Actually I want I to become this 3. So when it goes back to the while loop and again starts from beginning, sum is already 1 plus 2, that is sum is already this 1 plus 2. So this sum is already this 1 plus 2. I add I to it. What is I? I has become 3. So sum plus I, that 1 plus 2 plus 3, this 1 plus 2 plus 3 is now computed over here and that has been assigned to this sum now. I think you understand this. I is incremented again and this time I has become 4. So it goes back and starts the while loop again. When it goes over here, sum already contains 1 plus 2 plus 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 was already there in sum. 4 is added to it. What does that mean? Sum is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 now, which is assigned to sum. So do you understand? Gradually sum is containing 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 will keep on continue like this. I will be going through these numbers one by one. I has been initialized to this value, sorry, I has been initialized to the initial value 1, that is I has been initialized to this value 1. When it goes back to the loop second time, I was this 2. When it goes to the loop the third time, I is this 3. When it goes back to the loop fourth time, I is this 4. And every time I am adding that I, that is 1 or 2 next time or 3 next time or 4 next time to this sum and getting the new sum computed till that number. Understand? I entered the loop first time. You check like this. I repeat this once more. I forget everything. Again, let us start from the beginning. Sum is initialized to 0 and I is initialized to 1. Take this. Sum is equal to 0. I is equal to 1. So when I enter the loop for the first time, say when I enter the loop for the first time, let me write in comment, first time. In the first time, what is the value of I? I's value is 1. So sum was initialized to 0. Don't forget, sum was 0. This is the logic. So here, over here, what is happening for the first time? First time, sum becomes equal to sum plus 1, that is 0 plus 1. This is 0 initially, sum becomes sum plus 1. I is equal to I plus 1. So don't you understand now that this time, the first time, at the end, I has become, I was 1, but the right side is computed first, assigned to the left side. I was 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. I becomes 2. So see, I is acting like a counter of the loop. So I is 2 now. So I has become 2. So it goes back to the loop at the start of the loop and enters the loop maybe the second time. When it enters the second time, I becomes equal to what? I becomes equal to 2. So this time sum equal to sum plus 1 will mean sum equal to sum plus I will mean sum is equal to sum plus 2. So initially this 1 was already added to sum. So sum was already containing that 1 added. Now this 2 has also been added to sum. So next time, this time I becomes equal to 3. So understand what? The first time this sum was 0. So 0 plus 1, sum had become 1. Over here what has happened? Sum equal to sum plus 2. So sum has become basically 1 plus 2. I becomes 3. So when it goes back to the while loop, it enters the loop the third time. Third time what is I? I is equal to 3. So when it goes to the next line, this line, it is sum equal to sum plus I. So don't you forget, sum becomes equal to sum plus 3 because I is 3. What is that? Sum was already containing 1 plus 2. So now sum is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3. What is that? Whatever, sum plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6. It will continue like this. I becomes equal to 4. So when it goes back to the loop the fourth time, you don't forget, after I equal to I plus 1, it is going back and starting the while loop again, because it is a loop. It will continue till the condition is true. Which condition? The condition stated over here is true. So it goes back and I expect the condition, and I for the time being assume that the condition is true. It enters fourth time. When it enters fourth time, don't you forget the value of I is 4, because it had become 4 last time. It comes back to the while loop with this I equal to 4. So I equal to 4. So no doubt sum is equal to sum plus I, that is sum is equal to sum plus 4. But if you remember, sum was already 1 plus 2 plus 3. So this time sum becomes 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. And what does I become? This line, you don't forget, was I equal to I plus 1. So what does I become? I becomes equal to 5. I becomes equal to 5. Now how long should this continue? If you remember, this program had told me to write a program to add all numbers from 1 to 117. So this sum should become ultimately in the last time, this sum should become 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 116 plus 117. Once it is 117, it should not go back to the loop again. It should not add 118. But you remember, when I is 1, 1 is being added, I is being added, so 1 is being added. When I is 2, 2 is being added, I is being added. You don't forget this, I is being added. So I is means 2 is being added. When I is equal to 3, this 3 is being added, I is being added with sum. So like this, you want I, last I, to be 117. So you should not continue if I becomes 118, because you don't want 118 to be added over here. Do you want 118 to be added over here? No. So this loop should not contain when I becomes 118. So should not you continue this till I is less than equal to 118, or not less than equal to, less than 118, because if it is equal to, then I becomes equal to 118 till the, then also condition is true. Suppose I becomes over here 118, it goes to the loop. I is less than equal to is the condition. So I becomes 118, less than equal to 118 is a true condition. It will again enter with I equal to 118, which you don't want. So you don't want to enter with a value of I equal to 118. So you should not write I equal to 118. I less than 118 is a true condition. Equal to is not a true condition. So this itself is the program. Check out what I have done. I have started with clear screen. I have declared sum and I. I have initialized sum to 0 because the initial value of sum is 0. With that 0 you are adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gradually, but this sum initialized to 0. So sum is initialized to 0, sum is equal to 0. I is equal to 1, I is initialized to which value 1? This value 1. Now we want to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 gradually. So you start with I equal to 1 and you check the condition that this loop will continue till I is equal to 117. That is, this will continue till I is less than 118. You could have also written I less than equal to 117. That is also possible. You could have written that also. I less than equal to 117. However, if I is equal to 117 you want to enter, I less than 117 you want to enter, but I becomes 118, one more than 117, you don't want to enter. So sum equal to sum plus I, and assigned to sum, I increments, the loop keeps on moving. So this is what the program is all about. I think you understand this program now. I think you understand this. So if I run this program, you check out what happens. Alt enter, see 6903 is the number. If I want this program to add up to 10, not 1 to 117, I want the program to add up to 10. In that case, what change will you do? You want this loop to enter as long as I is less than equal to 10. I 1 more than 10, you don't want to enter. So this is the program now. It will still work. Check out what. If I run this program, it will continue up to I equal to 10. So 55 should be the answer. 55. Run again. Say up to 12. Sorry. Alt enter. So run up to 12. What happened? Oh, I did not use the clear screen maybe. What mistake did I do? Alt enter. See 55. If I change this and make it up to 12, 1 to 12, So 55 plus 11 is 66 plus 12 is 78. The answer should be 78. Check out. Oh, 12 I did not change, na? I had written 12 there, but I have not changed it from 10 to 12, so it had computed up to 10 only. Now it will be 78. Alter, enter. See, 78. I again run. This time I run not with 12, but this time I want up to 11. Answer should be 66. Isn't it so? 66. So what change do I need to do? I want to continue this loop till I is less than equal to 11. Run it. 66. Fine enough. I think you understand this. This printf could have been written in a better way. You could have written the sum of 1 to 11 is %d, like alter, enter. See, this looks better. Now if you want to change it and you want to make up to 13, then the answer should be 91, because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 so on up to 13 is 91. So in this case, what are the changes you need to do? The changes that you need to do is change this up to 13, and here you write the sum of 1 to 13 is 91. Check out what sum of 1 to 13 is 91. Now once I have understood this, I get rid of all these comments. I get rid of all these comments because this is a bit confusing. So let us not keep these comments, because I am going to make a small change to this program. Now you will understand this program with a little change. If you want a bit of break, please take a bit of break and come back. You can pause the video over here and come back after a bit of break. However, I continue from here saying that now the program, I want to make it better. How long I want to add, that I want the user to enter. I will not enter how long to add. That is, over here I am adding up to 13 or maybe 14, that I am deciding within the program as the programmer, but I want the user to decide how long the 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 will continue, or up to what number the user wants me to add, wants the program to add. Say for example, user will enter a number n. N will be inputted by the user. 1, 2, 3 plus 4 plus 5 and so on will continue up to n. That is, it will be incorporating n minus 1. It should be incorporating n minus 2. It should be incorporating this n minus 1. Prior to this, it should be incorporating n minus 2, and up to n the programmer should print. But this n will be inputted by the user. To understand what change do you need to do? Very simple. This n you will have to ask from the user. So very simple, printf enter the last number up to which you want to add. That is the last number n, that is 1 to n, last number n up to which you want to add. So that is something I am wanting from the user. User will now enter 12 or 13 or 15 or 117, as I told you earlier. That user will enter. Your job is to scan that number within maybe a variable called n. So this n needs to be declared. So the sum is basically sum of 1 to n. So this program should again start with sum equal to 0, because this thing remains as it is, sum equal to 0. This thing is plus dot 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 plus n. But this sum again should start from 0. This sum should again start from 0, is not it so? This sum should start from 0. This I should start from 1 itself, because this is the I, and this should continue how long? I think you understand. This should continue till that number n. Is not it so? Same thing. till this number n the user enters. So this printf 1 to 13 is no more 1 to 13, it is 1 to n. If I run this program, say for example I run this program, say I enter 10 itself, it's 55. But see what it is writing in the second line, the sum of 1 to n is 55. No, it should have written 1 to 10 is 55. What change do I need to make? I don't need to write n, I cannot write n over here, I should write %d then. And who is going to replace this %d? N. That is the sum of 1 to the number the user entered, n. So this n is going to replace this %d 1 to n. Is %d, what is the sum? That is there in the variable called sum. So if I run this program now, it looks much better. If you run 10, 1 to 10 is 55. Let us run with 12. See, it will say 1 to 12 is 78. Run again, you say 13, it will say 1 to 13 is 91. You run again, say 117, that big number 6903. If you run with only 5, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10 plus 5 is 15, 1 to 5 is 15. So I believe you have understood this program, simple enough. Let us come back after taking a bit of rest to here only and slightly try to vary the program nature. We will gradually grow from here.